Good morning, I'm Katie O'Connor and this is my task 3 for MKG222 Marketing of Social Causes. Today I will be giving my presentation on my behavioural change intervention plan for the social cause of smoking. Today my presentation will outline a marketing intervention plan that is targeted at parents aged 25 to 50 years old to abandon the undesirable behaviour of smoking. Listed here is my executive summary, which you are welcome to read. This page outlines the table of contents and all the topics that we will be going through today. This presentation has been authorised by the Department of Health Queensland Government. The purpose of this presentation is to provide an overview of the social cause of smoking and the effects of this on the health of the individual as well as those around them, and also the economic and social effects on society. This report will then provide an in-depth analysis of the adaptation of the health belief model for smoking, outlining the perceived benefits and barriers for the behavioural change of abandoning smoking. Next, the presentation will recommend a downstream intervention plan utilising the 4 Ps of product, price, place and promotion. An evaluation strategy will then be utilised to ensure the intervention is achieving its aims of decreasing the prevalence of smoking among parents aged 25 to 50 years old. The intervention plan has been created with ethical considerations in mind, and whilst trying to minimise any potential unintended consequences that may cause further damage. An evaluation strategy has also been put in place to determine the campaign's effectiveness, and information from this report has been compiled through various industry websites and peer-reviewed journal articles. Smoking is a major health issue as it is the leading cause of preventable disease worldwide. The dangers of smoking do not just affect the smoker but also the people around them. Secondhand smoke or passive smoking poses similar health risks to individuals similar to active smoking. Due to the detrimental health effects of smoking, there are severe costs to our healthcare system. In 2004 to 2005, it was calculated that $318.4 million of net healthcare costs were attributed to smoking, with smoking estimated to cost Australia a total of $31.5 billion in social and economic costs like life expectancy and working capacity, lost productivity, and welfare and carer support costs. The literature tells us that smokers acknowledge the harmful effects on their health, however do not perceive themselves as susceptible. Many smokers also minimise or deny the severity of health implications, with individuals with enhanced knowledge showing increased signs of severity and susceptibility. It was found mass media campaigns that focused on negative health consequences and utilised fear appeals caused smokers to become defensive and reject the message and be in denial of the issue. Reasons for individuals refusing to acknowledge their issue may also stem from perceived barriers such as addiction, social influences or peer pressure, or perceived benefits like stress management or weight control. Studies indicate that smokers respond better to positively framed messages that emphasize the immediate benefits of quitting smoking, as it encourages self-efficacy to make a change. It was found that many campaigns did not improve a smoker's self-efficacy, making them less motivated to act. Campaigns that raise awareness, encourage smokers to take action, such as seeking help, and provide them with the tools to make a change, were most successful. The literature often identifies the health belief model to have relevance to the factors affecting and driving this behaviour amongst the target market. Shown here is a conceptual model that has been compiled which incorporates the health belief model and shows the ideal intervention strategies to abandon the undesirable behaviour of smoking. This framework works by increasing an individual's perception of severity and susceptibility to harm, providing them with increased self-efficacy and cue to action to make a change. The individual must be convinced that the benefits of performing the desired behaviour outweigh the barriers and benefits to them of smoking. 3 potential strategies were considered to educate individuals to recognise their severity and susceptibility. Strategy 1 was chosen, which incorporates a television campaign that encourages individuals to quit smoking due to the benefits that can be realised. The television campaign aims to get individuals to then refer to a website which provides them with the tools to quit, such as alternatives and day-by-day quit plans. The target market for this campaign will be broken down into demographics and psychographics. The demographics for our target market will be parents aged in between 25 to 50 years old who regularly smoke and smoke around others. They will be located within the Sunshine Coast region and be middle income earners. The psychographics are that they are in the contemplation stage of quitting. They believe smoking only impacts them and does not create a risk for the people around them. They will most likely have a family who they love and protect and want to be a role model for their children. The main aim of this intervention plan is to promote the message to parents that if you're smoking, you're putting your family second, with this aiming to encourage individuals to abandon the undesirable behaviour of smoking. This will be achieved by using a downstream, positively framed approach. The intervention campaign aims to achieve this by educating parents on the impacts they are having on their family's health and their own when they smoke, and the benefits that can be realised when they stop smoking, such as increased energy to spend time playing with their children. The optimal outcome of this intervention plan is to see a significant reduction in parent smokers aged between 25 to 50 years old. This will all be within the 2-year duration of the intervention plan. Data will then be collected at the end of the intervention plan so it can be analysed to help frame further interventions of the future. Potential partners and stakeholders. Partnerships have an important role in interventions for social causes as it allows individuals and groups to provide support in spreading the message to the target audience for the social cause. Partnerships can often provide existing connections and relationships with the target audience, providing the campaign with credibility and reliability of information. Potential partners for this intervention include the Department of Health Queensland Government, who is authorising and funding the campaign, the Cancer Council and Quitline. Utilising the support of the Queensland Government provides our campaign with credibility and highlights the great importance of the social cause. Partnering with Cancer Council and Quitline will help brand our campaigns as their presence will be utilised through the marketing material. Partnering with these organisations which have large reputations would also contribute to the credibility of our message. The stakeholders that would be affected by this intervention would be the state and federal government, as smoking is a social and economic burden on society, in particular on the healthcare system. It will also impact on the federal government as they receive taxes from the sale of cigarettes. The other stakeholders would be the smoker themselves and the people around them. The behaviour of smoking greatly affects the health of the individual, but can also impact on their social life with family and the health of their family and the people around them. Product is split into 3 levels: the core, actual and augmented. In this context, the core product is the benefit of the product to the individual. The actual is the tangible product that is utilised to convey the message of the desired behaviour change, and the augmented helps to achieve the desired behaviour change and incorporates intangible services. Within the plan, the core product is smoking education attained as a result of the intervention strategy and the health and social benefits that are realised. The actual product is the television and social campaign, which portrays a parent smoking and coming to the realisation that they are missing out on an active lifestyle. The augmented product consists of a quit line and websites which they can refer back to gain further information or guidance. The augmented level helps to create a unique campaign, as it not only provides individuals with health knowledge but provides them with the tools to act. Price is often considered a barrier when overcoming change. However, in this case, reducing the prevalence of smoking reduces the financial impact on the Australian economy. Abandoning smoking primarily involves non-monetary costs. The non-monetary costs for the consumer include effort from breaking the habit, loss of enjoyment from smoking, and depending on what environment they smoke, potential loss of social encounters. There are no monetary costs as the TV campaign is on free-to-air television and the websites and social media are free to access. However, monetary costs may be incurred by certain individuals who choose to visit a general practitioner or healthcare professional as a part of performing the behaviour change. There are also many monetary benefits that can be realised by the individual and society. Individuals will save money from the purchase of cigarettes so they can put towards holidays or other activities. This intervention will aim to overcome the non-monetary costs of this behaviour by providing individuals with an increased sense of enjoyment and social time that they can spend with their family members. This intervention will be utilising free-to-air television and social media to communicate the message to the target market and provide references to websites to obtain further information and guidance. The website will be free to access and will provide mobile-friendly access on the go. The slogan of "If you're smoking, you're putting your family second" will be consistently repeated across all mediums to reinforce the message. Television was chosen as it's the main medium that people view, with 13.5 million Australians watching it every day. In relation to our target market, 68.4% of people aged 25 to 54 years old watch TV daily in between 6 p.m. and midnight. This provides a simple and effective way to reach a large proportion of our target audience while they are going about their daily routine. The aim is to reach the target audience while they are at home in a safe environment and amongst family members who can support and encourage them in abandoning the undesirable behaviour. This intervention is based around the slogan "If you're smoking, you're putting your family second," making individuals reflect on how their actions are affecting the people around them. The message will be delivered through a series of television advertisements during 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. at night, and will use actors that reflect the target audience. Social media will be used throughout the campaign to act as a constant reminder. The message will be positively framed, focusing on an emotional appeal by getting the target audience to reflect on how they can change their behaviour to live a more fulfilling and healthier life with their family members. This message will be positioned to not only influence the smoker, but to encourage family members to voice their concerns. This campaign will be positioned on television and social media as well as relevant organisation websites. The campaign will consist of 30-second television advertisements which emphasise "If you're smoking, you're putting your family second." The series of advertisements will depict different situations where a smoker has chosen smoking over their family members. Such scenarios include the one outlined below, which include a child wanting to play soccer with his dad. However, when the dad starts running, he is too out of breath and says maybe next time and walks away from the child and starts having a smoke. The advertisement will then depict the enjoyment the two could have had if the dad wasn't a smoker. Basing the advertisement in this context will create a meaningful and relatable, positively framed advertisement for the target market. This is opposed to the usual negatively framed advertisements depicting only the adverse health effects. At the end of each advertisement, the slogan "If you're smoking, you're putting your family second" will be emphasised, and there will be reference to Quitline as well as a specifically made website for this campaign, providing individuals with further knowledge and the tools to quit. The slogan suggests that if you smoke, you believe smoking is of greater importance than your family, which is supposed to make individuals deeply reflect on their actions. The Gantt chart shown on the screen shows how different elements of the campaign are utilised through the duration of the 2-year intervention plan. The television campaign will be heavily utilised within the first 6 months of their campaign, with it running every second quarter from then. The idea of it being heavily utilised at the start of their campaign is to get individuals to acknowledge the severity of the issue. Running every second quarter has then been employed to make sure individuals are still aware of the issue but do not become so used to the messages that they become immune. Social media campaigns will be employed for the entire duration of the campaign to act as constant reminders. The website will also be available for the entire campaign so individuals can constantly refer to it for support and knowledge. Social marketing intervention plans need to be continually evaluated to determine both the effectiveness and success of the intervention. This intervention will have three main evaluation strategies at different phases in the campaign. Confirming the message has been communicated to the target market is the first evaluation stage in the awareness stage. This will be conducted 3 months through the intervention and will be done by surveying individuals from the target market at shopping centres and service stations to see if they have seen the advertisement before or if they recognise the slogan. The next evaluation strategy will occur 6 months after the launch and will be focusing on evaluating the level of engagement. This will be done by tracking engagement on the website with time spent on the website and most frequented tabs. The last evaluation strategy will occur at the end of the campaign and will consider baseline data collected before the intervention occurred. This baseline data will consist of data from both the Sunshine Coast and Australia. The measurement criteria for data will include number of people ringing Quitline, number of people seeking professional help, and number of cigarette packets sold. Once the intervention has reached completion, both the data from the Sunshine Coast and Australia will be analysed to see if there are any significant differences. Ethical considerations within social marketing can constrain or limit the scope of the intervention. These considerations have been acknowledged when creating this campaign to remain ethical throughout the entire campaign. Positively framed approach has been utilised as the research shows that negatively framed messages can often result in the unintended consequences of their audience being in denial or rejecting the proposed message. There have been a couple of unintended consequences that have been identified. The first is that smokers may swap their undesirable behaviour for another, such as drinking, which does not present as obvious health consequences to the people around them when performing the behaviour. Another one is the potential to cause family conflict, as children may view the advertisement and believe that their parents do not love them if they smoke. However, this hard-hitting message is required for smokers to reflect on their actions and provide a cue to action to begin the behaviour change of abandoning smoking. In conclusion, smoking among middle-aged adults is a prominent issue within Australia with severe costs to our healthcare system. Smoking not only creates adverse health issues for the individual, but can have severe health effects on the people around them, especially children. Therefore, smoking is an issue that requires our immediate intervention. Extensive literature was reviewed which contained information regarding the dangers of smoking on individuals and the people around them, and why a behaviour change is required. Previous intervention plans were considered and analysed to determine what elements have and have not been affected. It was determined that the positively framed messages were better received by consumers. The target market was clearly segmented to focus on parents between the ages of 25 to 50 years of age, with the intervention aims developed with the ideal outcome being the significant reduction of parent smoking rates within the 2-year course of the intervention plan. Potential partners and stakeholders like the Queensland Government have also been identified and utilised as part of this intervention plan. The intervention strategy incorporates the 4 Ps of marketing: product, price, place and promotion. Evaluation strategies have also been used to measure the success of the intervention plan and to ensure the strategy is effective over its 2-year period. Ethical considerations have also been utilised to increase the credibility and reliability of the message and to decrease the potential for any unintended consequences. The following 3 slides outlined all the sources included in the reference list.